Hey everyone, and welcome to another early access game, Helium Rain. You know I'm a huge sucker for space simulations, and this is by far, if you played the X series, you will feel right at home. This is going to be a fairly long video if you survive. What I want to do, I want to put to bed a lot of the questions that have been asked about what this game is and what it isn't. I've played for 4 hours. I've got 2 different games that I've run through, and I've kept them for a reason. I want to show you basically some starting tips, things that I've learned, and then cover some of the guides that I found that kind of help me through just understanding what this is. It is a space shooter. It is a trading simulation. It's a vast universe, which you won't see in the beginning. You actually do build your company, and you will unlock more areas based on the ability of your company as a fleet. There's military aspects to this game. There's base building, so you can build space stations. You can defend a sector, and you've got AI competitors that are doing the same thing. You can either destroy them, you can make alliances with them, but the idea is to dominate. Domination is the goal here. Dominate the economy, either by force or by sales. And I hope you watch this whole video, because the developers have done a fantastic job for early access. This is from Deimos Games. It was released on August 18th. So I'm going to dive right in. It does have a long tutorial. Matter of fact, 4 hours in and I'm still getting tutorial tips. So you'll see the different missions. You'll see the different... well, let's show you. Let's just shut up and show you. So this is in my first save, and as you'll notice, okay, this is inside the cockpit of my ship. So the first ship you get is really just it carries 20 and 20, so 40 units. Let's see here. If you right click, you can actually get a menu and you can look at your ship. It's not anything glorifying to look at, but when I get to a station, I'll show you some of the ships. This is a light cruiser. It's just a transport. It's more for just doing VIP runs and small little carrier, mostly your questing missions. That's not what I want to really cover. To do upgrades, you've got these various parts, and there's a lot of them depending on what type of ship you're in, and you do need to be at a station that does upgrades to do them. So these, and when I did this, I actually stopped because I thought my game was ruined, because I picked up 2 H2O. I veered off the quest, which was a mistake. But then I found out I could have continued on with this save, which wasn't a big problem. There are stations that have virtually nothing in them. You can use them as storage. So if I go into the sector menu, this shows you basically all the stations and then all the ships. Now you can turn off, you can filter any of them you don't want to see. So if I don't want to see the different ships that are currently in the sector, and right now it's just me, I'm in the depths, and that's where you're going to start. Actually, you'll start in first flight. That's where you do your tutorial. You learn how to fly. But this is all that I could see in this save right here. These are the different sectors. So I'm in the depths right now. And in these sectors, these are all the various stations. So what I did is I did a few quests within this save, and there's no AI yet. You won't see the competitors really pick up and start building, and you'll see flags and icons on them as they're moving around in my next save, because that's actually where I've got more of my time in. Now within here you build stations, and that depends on research, which we're going to cover next. if you're looking at trade, there's a quick, here's all the different commodities right now. Remember, this is early access. There's more to come. And it's already, the learning curve is huge. And I actually, Cuddle Muffin on the forums did a really good starter guide, which he called short. It's about, I don't know, 30 pages long. So short is an understatement, but it has helped me out a lot, especially in starting out. So here you can see the demand, the consumption and the production, the needs, and it's based on each commodity. So you can click through, and I can also go back to the orbital map and I can look at, say, the dig, and I can go back to economy, and then I can see it according to their sector. So if I'm in the current sector that I'm in, and I can see a consumption and a needs, you can kind of get a base feel just in the trade value of what you want to buy and sell. That's if you're not doing the quests. So again, you can look at your ship from, this is your company view. It shows all your property once you get your fleets, and your fleet can be combat. And let's take a look at the diplomacy. So these are the companies, and this is going to grow as the AI starts to take over. And you can see your reputation with each one. If you're neutral, you're at war. I don't recommend going at war with, but the AI actually will. They'll start attacking these stations. They're the main stations in the game. And this is your technology tree. And I wanted to cover this basically for one thing. Unlock undocking first, auto docking. You will thank me later. And the second thing you want to do is science, so you can start building your research stations. It also reduces the cost every time you unlock one of these, and you're going to start with enough points that you can actually unlock auto docking right off the bat. But follow the tutorial, at least for the first, at least until you get the first map unlocked, the second piece of the map, which I'll show you in the next save. And then you want to start going for things that, see, I think this one gives you, yeah, this will give you the ability to build research stations and lower the cost. And then you want to go into, yeah, so I was right. So science is definitely what you want to do. Science is going to allow you to build researches, and it's going to lower your research costs. The other one you want is fast travel. That's going to cut down your time between sectors, and I'll show you how that works. And these are your contracts, and this is the other reason I started again. I actually picked a quest for a sector. It basically, these VIP transports, and this is what you'll start out doing first. And unfortunately, it's not very glorifying, but in any of these, if you played the X series, it takes time to build up. And I wasn't able to actually get to the destination that they wanted to get to. So of course I failed this quest, and it shows you, and these are timed. All the VIP quests are timed. So you have a limited amount of time to get the person from A to B. And you take a penalty hit, and that's loss of reputation with that company. So as you can see, I had completed these quests, and you're going to get, these are all the steps you go, and it walks you step by step through each one. And these are the available contracts. And I started looking at these, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't get to any of these. What do I do? Well, more quests are unlocking over time. You want to keep an eye on the contracts. And so with that, I've covered pretty much everything across the top. What I want to do, I'm going to go into my second save. And that's where the AI is alive. I now have combat quests. I now have the ability, I almost have the ability to unlock science and start building my stations and set up trade routes. And I've actually got my first bigger ship, and I'm going to show you those as well. I want to show you all the ships. So let me load that up and we'll start this back up. Okay, so here is my second save. You can see I've got a lot more money. I'm going to go ahead and load that game. It's very quick. There's not a load time. you can start to see all these are AIs, and I can click on them. I can get details on them, the new companies. These are new competitors. And you can trade with them if you don't declare war, and they actually start to produce output of material you didn't see before. So you can kind of leverage off of these guys. So if I look at the orbital map now, you can actually see I have more destinations that I can go to. So I can pick up more quests. So these are all the quests that I have available to me now. And I recommend stacking quests, especially delivery quests. They're not timed. And this probably isn't going to cover any combat tutorial. I don't know how far I'll get in the amount of time. I definitely will do more videos on this because the combat's pretty nice too. You can lock on. There's different features in here. But I actually have a ship in queue. So let me go to... Let's see, am I at a dock? I gotta make sure. If I click out of here, I am at a station, so you can hold the middle mouse button down, you can buy a ship, and you can trade. And this is actually the trade menu if you were gonna buy, and the only thing you're gonna be able to buy is output. This base is only looking for input. So let's click out of that. If I right click here, I can undock, I can upgrade my ship, and I can buy. So here's the other thing I want to show you. So these are the various ships. You can click on each one. Oh, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Hold on a second. Since I have a ship in queue, it's kind of messing things up for me. Let me see if I can get a better view of this to show you. Yeah, because it's not letting me. There's a lot bigger ships in the light ship and then the heavy ship, which are your military class ships. And you can see here's the different ships. But unfortunately, it's not giving me the view. When you get a preview of them, you can spin them around, you can look at them. The Leviathan is obviously the most powerful battleship. This is how you build out your fleet. This is what you're going to use to protect your convoys or protect your sectors or your bases. And obviously I don't have the money to do any of that right now. So right now I've got 20 days in queue for an Omen. That's the second ship. It's got 240 storage. Actually, no, it's got more than that. I think it's 200. So 400 slots. And that's going to be your first trade ship if you want to do a trade route. And you can fly any one of these. It's not just AI control. So let me take a look in here. And let me get my bearings again because I played last night for about 4 hours. I played till like 2 in the morning. So let me check this out real quick. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to find a quest that allows me, or I'll let that ship get finished so I can show you. Because I'm going to, with the money I have, I'm going to purchase another ship for trade routes so I can have 2. But these are in order by time if you're looking at VIP. So I did find some, there's this individual wants to go to from Blue Heart to the Forge, and we can, if we look at our map, we can make sure we are at Blue Heart and we can get to the Forge. So let's go ahead and let's pick that, and I can show you some of the flight and the auto docking feature and just some of the activity that's going around in each of the sectors. So let's go back to the contracts. Let's accept this contract. And now I go up and it'll be in there, and I want to track that. And then if I go into sector view, it'll actually show me the station that he's at. So he's right here. Let's go get him. And we can go ahead and we can dock with that. So let's hit dock. And as you can see, these red icons, those are AI. Those are ships moving about. So we'll go get this fellow. And you can see in the console, it shows you on your HUD the temperatures, cooling engine, RCS. All those can be lowered, increased, improved by upgrades to your ship. Each ship has limited available upgrades. Here's why I like the auto docking feature. And when you do the tutorial, you'll see how complex docking is. Okay, so we now have him on board. So if I go back, I'll right click, I'll go back to orbital map, and I can see, now I could go through here actually and see what the output of this company is, what they sell, if I wanted to do the trade. But we're just going to travel, and there's no penalty on fast travel or anything like that. So I can just, it's 6 days travel, so we'll go ahead and we'll hit that. And then you just click on fast forward, and it'll warp through time. You'll see the countdown, and we're there. Now, if I go back to the sector map again, I will see in orange where he wants to go, and he wants to go here. So we're gonna dock there. And even with autopilot on, you want to make sure it will bump into things and damage your ship. And actually, repairing a damaged ship is a quest. So it doesn't hurt to, when that unlocks, to have one of your ships get damaged. And that's just by hitting another ship or an asteroid. So we're going to move into this base. And again, this is all AI control right now. The ship is fully automated by the computer. And as I'm doing these quests, this is going to give me the research points it should to get my science unlocked. And he will be safe and sound. And contract complete. So again, I can trade with this. Let's check out and see what they have. Any output of anything I need. Carbon, fuel. If I go to the economy map, every place I dock, you can see with the ship that I have right now, I've got 250 slots. Let's see. If I go to economy. What was he selling? Carbon. Alright, so actually I could make Blue Heart actually buys carbon. So I will go ahead and pick up some carbon. So let's click out of that. Let's trade with him. And let's buy his carbon. And you can slide this, you can adjust how many units you want to buy. And it's times 20, so just pay attention to that. So that's all he had to sell. And you always want to pay attention to the quantity that they have, because that's going to drive the cost. So if we go to the sector map again, oops, sorry. If we go to the economy map again, we can see who was paying for that back at the forge. So let's go back to the forge. Again, we're just passing time. Oh, actually, it's here. So let's go back. Let's see in the sector map. And if you click on these, it'll show you input, output, and who's looking for what. So we are selling carbon. Let's see here. Carbon. And these are those storage I was telling you too. If you pick up material you don't want, these act as storage facilities. You can just dump off the... So you're looking at input. We're looking for carbon input. Okay, H2. Let's see here. Wait, did I get that wrong? What am I carrying? Okay, so there's the... Yeah, it's definitely carbon. Alright, let's go through here. there it is. Nope, nothing. There we go. No input fuel. Shoot. Nothing. Oh, it said somebody wanted carbon. Who wanted carbon? Go back at that again. Look at economy. Carbon. Oh, Blue Heart. That's actually a better one anyway. So let's go to Blue Heart. Let's go back to the orbital map. Blue Heart. Let's fast travel. Alright, now let's go back to sector info. Scroll back to the top. Get your carbon here. Okay, who wants carbon? So you kind of get a good feel for what the it's probably one of these AI plants. Now we're helping our competitors. Let me find them. I'm going to keep this video short so I can cover as much as I can as possible. Actually, I showed you that wrong. These are in stock, and the prop variation, the needs are 0. So we have carbon in our ship, and that's okay. We can store. It's only 20. We'll keep it in there. Let's go ahead and land at a station. Let's see where we're at right now. So I can show you some of the controls. It's quite nice. With the shift key, I can go up and down and change position. It's going to work good for combat as well as positioning for docking. And left and right, you can strafe and get a good view of each ship. And you can scroll the middle mouse button, you can select a new target. And then I can just hit P for autopilot and it'll auto dock with the particular base that I want to go to. But I'm going to check on the ship progress, because this is actually where my ship is being built. And once it gets completed and I can build it, I can unlock science, which I can do now. I'm gonna build my first station and start setting up some trade routes. I want to cover that next. So we're just doing these little transport missions and making sure that the base that's building my ship has enough, and it seems to be the demand is fuel right now. So I'm doing these VIP missions. They're quests. They give me research points and money. Not a lot of money, but the research points are important. And it's giving me a chance to show you the different sectors, which is nice. They're all unique in look and alive, so you can see I successfully completed that contract. So if I right click now and go into research, technology, I've got 30 research to spend. I did unlock science, so I can now build the station, but I'm not ready yet. I need that ship. So we just keep clicking through contracts. We'll look for, I go to the bottom, fuel delivery, those are easy. Just make sure you can get to it. Helix Foundry is offered. Let's see, Crossroads. We can get there. So 50 fuel in the Crossroads. We'll go ahead and accept that. And these aren't timed, so we can go get some fuel. Let's go to the economy map. Let's see who's got fuel. And look for stock. Blue Heart looks like about... no. Crossroads. Actually, it's going to be... They have no stock. Yeah, we're going to have to go to Blue Heart. So let's look at the orbital map. Let's go back to Blue Heart. And again, all this is passing time, so I'm just basically fast travel. Sector map. Let's go find some fuel. Actually, I can look at the economy. I can see what station that was. Clicking on details. Up, wrong sector. Blue Heart. Economy. Fuel. Looking for a price point here. Output. It's gonna be this one. And I'm already here. Alright, so let's dock with that station. And from in space, you can actually get details. You can focus on a target. And you can select dock on whatever target you have selected with that middle mouse wheel. And just to show you, if I scroll through, you can see the targets changing. Mimes Refinery, Power Plant. And then I just click on that. I can focus on them. That's actually a ship. You can match speed, which is really good. There's all kinds of hotkeys in here. I didn't cover any of that. So as you can see in settings, under controls, there's all of your different functions. I can remap any of those. And graphic settings. And your gameplay. So it's pretty nice as far as the features you could use, but I'm gonna dump this fuel off real quick and pick up another quest. Or buy fuel, then go deliver it. Okay, as we are progressing around doing missions, we have now unlocked a station building tutorial, a combat tutorial, and the combat tutorial is to build a fighter. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're going to go into let's see here. Fleets. No. There we go. Alright. So we're gonna buy a ship. We might have to do that from the outside. Hold on, let me see here. Yeah. Buy a ship. Now we can show you. So we want to, let's see, order a heavy ship. We've got hopefully enough money. Let's see. Maybe there's a late fighter. Let's see here. There we go. 15,000. It's the ghoul. Alright, so let's go ahead and order the ghoul. Now we've got that on order. 12 days to build. And let's see. What was our other tutorial? So we'll be able to do some fighting here. And do some escort. And we now have our fleet. We've got our first transport, which is Omen. Which is the next in the series. So I probably want to abandon this guy. Here's my Omen out here, and I want to fly it. Alright. We want to put that into Fleet 1. So let me look at the... I think one of the quests is also to control the fleets. Yeah. So if we go under contracts, we go into Fleet Tutorial. Let's track that. Open the company menu. So you can see here how these work. Open the company menu. Alright. And let's see. What was the next step? Let's go back. Contracts. Okay, which I've done now. You can also trade and travel, send a remote fleet to a sector, open a sector. Okay. Alright. I gotta figure out how to get this thing into the station. Because it's now, if I look, fleet, it is idle in Blue Heart. So I need it to land. So I gotta figure out, let's see, remote fleet tutorial, open a sector with none of your fleets. Okay, we can do that. There's our woman right there. And there's our ship. Okay. Alright, let me figure this out because this is all new to me. I just unlocked it, so bear with me. If you look at my playtime on this, I've spent a lot of time and research into this. Okay, I figured it out from the tutorial. So it basically, you open the orbital map, you select a fleet. So there's both my ship and my fleet, my Omen. So I'm gonna go to the forge because everyone needs steel, and we'll go to, let's find an output of steel. It's 45k. And you really have to watch fleets. They will drain you quickly. You have to keep an eye on them, because they will drain your pool of available credits. So we're looking for a good output of steel. That looks good right there. Alright, so we can select our transport, which is what we named it, and we can go ahead and have him travel. And wait for my fleet to arrive, so let's fast forward. Okay. The sector station, you can trade there. Send the fleet to the sector. Okay, we've done that. Alright, so let's go back to fleet. Let's see here. Okay. And we are now here. We can trade with this. And they've got an output of steel. Trade with remote fleet. We don't want to... That's a lot of money. Okay, if I remote ship, you need to dock at stations. Okay, wait for the end of the transaction. Or J to skip up the orbital map. Okay. Alright. Okay, from the orbital map, you can actually add the trade route. So if I click on that, of course, next operation load steel. Okay, so I've already started it. We've called it Trade Route 1. Actually, we did, but we'll rename it again. And it suggests the different locations. So we're going to pick here. And let's see here. Add to and wait until full. Then we're going to, let's see, add. Reload steel from. Okay, let's delete these. Because that's not where we're going to get steel. We want the forge. Okay, Okay. Bear with me, I'm still trying to figure this out. Let me see if I can get to where I was without... It's a shame because I had it set up, but there's no way to back out. I'm probably gonna have to delete the route I had and go back from scratch. But I want to explain this because a lot of the videos that I watched kind of had the whole map unlocked. I'll link them because they're good videos, but they didn't really explain, you know, how they got there. So let me figure that out and then I can show you. Okay, to get through the merging tutorial, instead of fumbling through it, I just went ahead and did it. Basically, you select the fleet that you want to merge with, and then target. So you edit that one. Then you go to the target of the second ship that your fleet that you want, and then you hit the merge key, and you'll see that they're both now under Fleet 1. Again, I apologize for the background noise. I have a sick child, and I'm not a recording studio. I just love showing off great indie games. That's what my focus is about. And we're going to move on. So we have another quest in line. Let's see what that is. I'm trying to pause just so I can give my daughter a chance to cough. And we can move forward. So we're going to do the next quest in line. If I go into contracts... We've now completed the fleet merging. So now we've got fleet management. Let's see. Oh, now they want tutorial. Finish a travel with at least 2 ships in your fleet. Okay, we can do that. Let's go to orbit. So now we are 1 icon. So we're going to go to the forge because I want to set up a steel route there. And we'll do the travel 6 days. 1 ship is trading and will be left behind. Ooh, gotta cancel that. Alright, so I did set up that trade route and it was prematurely. So let me abandon his trade route and we'll reset him. So to do that, I just basically in the orbital map, you can click on the trade route and just say cancel, confirm. And there's no more trade routes because we don't want to do that right now. We're getting ahead of ourselves as usual. Alright, so now... If we click on the forge, we should be able to travel. Oh, good golly. I gotta get him back. Let me get the ship back. He's somewhere out. I watched him. If you go under your fleets, you could see that one of them actually is in progress. So I gotta get my Omen back, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. Alright, so now I'm in my Omen. So let me get him. Let's see. Now that they're in the same fleet, I can actually move him freely. And let's go back. And already there. Okay. So that might have cleared it. No, he's still moving. Why are you still moving? Oh, now he's got the trade route. Okay. Let me figure out how to stop all this. You can see that they are actively moving on a trade route that I've already canceled, so let's bounce back and forth. There's my other ship. Let's go take a look at him from the outside. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build a fighter that's actually been opened up for us. I think I already started it. I can't remember. I had to take a pause to change the fish tank water. Alright, let's see here. So there's my new ship. Alright, let's stop. And let's right click. And let's see if we can't now travel together. Let's see. And I want Fleet 1. No, I don't want to leave him back behind. Alright, let me figure that out. I gotta figure out what's going on. And again, I'm learning as I go. And we'll figure out what's going on here, and we'll get them both over to finish this tutorial and get some points. Okay, so I have both my ships docked at this. I'm just waiting for them to pass time. If I hit the N key, I can actually switch back and forth between my two ships and my fleet. They're both docked at the same station, and I do have a fighter being built. So I'm gonna pass the time, see if I can't get them to stop trading. So you can see here we've got one of them trading, and I basically tried to trading in progress. And let's see if I can go back out here. Hit in and ship, trade. So we're just waiting for that to time out because I canceled the trade route, so I'm just waiting to see what exactly I have done. Okay, so while they're doing that, just passing time, I'm gonna look at these other two. We've got two more open contracts. They're tutorials. We've got the fighter, which is under construction. And we also have the station building. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna click track on that and start a station construction. So I kind of want to build it up here. There's a lot of AI in these areas, so still haven't unlocked. There's more map, believe it or not, and in some of the videos that I'll link, you can actually see those. I don't even know how big this thing is. Let's see if I can figure out how to build a station. Start station construction. Alright. So that's what we're gonna do. I just gotta figure out where. Let's see. Alright. Open a sector. You now have unlocked some station capabilities. You can build station in any sector. Open the current sector. Hit F2. Okay. F2. Let's see. I've done that. Maybe we need okay. Alright. Let's see here. Trade stations. Did I miss a step? Open the current F2. Okay, you can't build solar stations in cloud of dust, or not, so let's I don't see it as an option, so let's check through here. I've seen it before. Oh, duh. It's right there. Alright. So we need to decide what kind of station. We've got 56,000, so let's do an orbital research. What do they do for us? Repair outpost and a habitat. Build new families, essential population growth. Solar plant. And you can see what it requires to build them. Looks like the repair outpost is probably the cheapest, although I know where to get tools. Plastic, I think, is in an area I haven't opened yet. Maybe that'll open it for me, so... But that seems like this is gonna give us... So let's confirm that. And there goes my ship. Building, I assume. Alright, your station's now under construction. Alright. So we will pause here and see what happens. If I take control of that ship, I'm afraid it'll stop the progress. just not knowing what it'll do. I can right click. I can go to the sector map. And there is our station under construction. So I can dock. So I'm in the Omen right now. Not sure what he's doing. Let's see. Let's undock from here. Actually, we do that out here. Oh, we're at our plant. Okay. Alright, so we just need to finish the station. So let me do that, and it automatically moved us. That was pretty cool. So we're at our station. We're just going to have to build it. So let's start working on that. So we've got our station menu. If you clicked on that, you can view the station. I did it from the craft. You can see here's the input that we need. So we're going to go out and get some steel, plastic, and tools. See if we can't undock. We might have to do that. So let me undock, go get some of these materials and get this thing started. So here's our station. We're going to dock. Our solar plant. All right, so we are in. Let's take a look at the. So we can do all the same stuff here. We can pick up the contracts, but we definitely have to get these materials in. So we'll start going and collect. We'll take the Omen out and we'll get the steel we need. Hopefully, we might need to raise some money. So actually, I'm going to end this portion of the episode here, just for the sake of time. And once the fighter's done, we can show some of the combat, pick up some combat missions, and show you what the combat in the game looks like. But we definitely got our first station. We're going to have to build our pool of funds back up and start building some defenses to defend this station, because I'm sure it's going to create some hostility with some of the AI competitors. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free to leave comments. Definitely welcome them. And any feedback you have for the developers, I'll put all the information in my video as always, including sources. Usually when I upload a video, it shows me some other videos that have been done outside of the forums on Steam. I'll link those as well. I'm not here to compete. I'm just here to show my viewers a look at a great space simulator, economy trader that, you know, definitely fits the X series, and I just love it. So you guys take care, and if you made it through this entire video, my hat's off to you, because I know it's, you know, I'm not the best videographer, for a lack of a better word, and I appreciate you watching. So this is Razor from Razor's Edge, and until next time, I'll see you when I see you.